Let's make the fight happen, since you was wanting to talk crazy. Let's do that. I want to fight you if you win. Devin Haney.
After wiping the floor with Regis Prograis, Devin Haney didn't waste a second diving into the post-fight press conference scene. He's got his eyes set on 147 pounds, after just one bout at 140. Bold move, right? But hey, it was a dominant title-winning move. And you know Haney. He's all about the big fights and the bigger paychecks. It's like, why settle for less, right? So he throws the name Gervonta Tank Davis into the mix. But here's the kicker. Team Haney isn't exactly rolling out the red carpet for that idea. According to Haney, if Tank really wanted this, he'd be shouting from the rooftops about it. But nope, instead he's playing it cool. Haney's not having it. They say everything, but let's fight, he says, cutting through the smoke and mirrors. And then, the father and trainer, Bill Haney, steps up to the mic. He's got a bone to pick with Team Tank and their alleged lies. According to Bill, nobody has outdone Devin in terms of dance partners for Tank. Shots fired. He urges fans to stop swallowing the lies and not let Tank and his team rain on their parade. Tank and his team have consistently lied to the people. So a message to all the fans. Stop letting Tank and his team piss on your head and tell you it's rain with these insignificant fights and saying it's for the culture. Devin represents the culture and represents boxing and what boxing should be and what boxing is. Strong words, right? But let's not forget who we're talking about. Gervonta Davis, the big name in the lower weight classes. Explosive style, aggression, accuracy. This guy's a knockout artist. But hey, he's had his fair share of scandals too, like that video of him knocking his sparring partner out of the ring and then mocking him. Yikes! Fast forward to the comments section of that video. Fans weren't holding back. One called it Davis's best win, another questioned why he's bragging about sparring, and someone even threw shade at Haney, saying he needs to humble Tank. Drama much? Now, Devin Haney's out here saying he wants a piece of Tank next. After his victory over Prograis, he's eyeing a showdown with Tank Davis, and he's not shy about it. According to Haney, it's the best fight in boxing. Big words, but he's got his reasons. Here's where it gets interesting. Tank might just agree, but not without laying down some brutal conditions. You know how it goes. Nothing in boxing comes easy. Tank's probably sitting there thinking, if I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna make it worth my while. But let's rewind a bit. Tank's been avoiding Haney like he's got a contagious disease. Meanwhile, Devin's stacking up wins and titles. It's like watching a game of cat and mouse, but with fists. And let's not forget, Haney's dad, Bill, isn't a fan of Tank's choices. He's calling them insignificant fights and criticizing the money fans are shelling out for these mismatches. Haney's got his eyes on the prize, and that prize is Tank Davis. But there are hurdles. Tank's not gonna agree without a few conditions of his own. Brace yourself, it's about to get complicated. First up, Tank wants Haney back at 135. Yep, no moving up in weight. It's like going back to square one, but Tank's rules. And then there's the rehydration clause because, hey, why make it easy? Purse split? Oh, that's gonna be in Tank's favor. And don't even think about a West Coast venue. Tank wants the East Coast. Remember Haney's victory over Prograis? Dominant unanimous decision. The win earned him his second division world title, making him one of the big names in the game. Tank, on the other hand, is still playing hard to get. Devin's all about making the biggest and best fights happen. He's not here for the small fry. At the post-fight press conference, he laid it out. If it makes sense, then we can make the fight happen. I want the biggest fights for the most money. Tank don't want to fight because if he really wanted to fight, he would be trying to build up instead of knocking it down. Bill Haney's not holding back either. He's got a point to make. Tank's afraid to lose, so he's throwing shade. It's like that old fable about the fox and the grapes. Tank's the fox, convincing himself he won't succeed against Haney, so he's downplaying the fight. Classic case of you hate what you can't have. So, Bill's got a message for the fans. Stop letting Tank and his team mess with your heads. Those insignificant fights? They're just smoke and mirrors. Devin represents the culture and what boxing should be. In the grand scheme of things, Tank's been fighting nobodies, padding his record and raking in cash for fights with zero entertainment value. But hey, that's the game, right? You win some, you lose some, and sometimes you dodge a fight like it's a tornado. And that's where we stand. Haney wants Tank. Tank's putting up roadblocks, and the fans are caught in the crossfire. Will this showdown ever happen? Only time will tell. Until then, buckle up, because in the world of boxing, drama is always just a punch away. Now let's dig a bit deeper into the dynamics of a potential Haney versus Tank matchup. Fans are craving this clash of titans. The anticipation is building and the rumor mill is working overtime. Word on the street is that Tank is quietly considering the challenge. But, and it's a big but, he's laying down conditions that make climbing Mount Everest sound like a leisurely stroll. Tank wants Haney back at 135. Sure, it's where Haney has a title, but moving down in weight is no walk in the park. It's like telling someone to hop back into their high school jeans. Uncomfortable and, let's face it, a bit unrealistic. The rehydration clause is another thorn in the negotiations side. Tank wants Haney to shrink and stay shrunk. It's like saying, sure, you can eat, but not too much. Talk about controlling the narrative. And then there's the purse split. Tank's looking for the lion's share. He wants the financial pie to be so lopsided that Haney might need a magnifying glass to find his piece. It's a power move, a way of saying, if you want a piece of Tank, you better be willing to pay for it. And don't even think about a West Coast venue. Tank's got his eyes set on the East Coast. It's like negotiating dinner plans with someone who insists on picking the restaurant, flexing those hometown advantages. Now let's circle back to Haney's victory over Prograis. It wasn't just a win, it was a statement. A statement that Haney is a force to be reckoned with. He's not here to play games. But where's Tank in all of this? Still in the shadows, playing the waiting game. It's like a chess match, each move carefully calculated. Devin's out here with a megaphone shouting, "Let's make this happen," while Tank's strategizing behind closed doors. Some might say it's a game of cat and mouse. But in the boxing world, it's more like a lion sizing up its prey. And then there's Bill Haney, the voice of reason. He's not just calling out Tank, he's calling out the entire game. The mismatches, the smoke and mirrors, the inflated ticket prices for lackluster fights. He's the truth teller in a room full of illusionists. Bill's telling the fans, wake up, don't let them fool you. It's a rallying cry, a call to arms for boxing enthusiasts everywhere. So where do we go from here? Will Tank accept the challenge with all its conditions? Will Haney bend to Tank's demands? Or will this be another tale of what could have been? The boxing world holds its breath, waiting for the next move in this high-stakes game of negotiations and egos. One thing's for sure, the drama in and out of the ring is far from over. Stay tuned, because in the world of Haney versus Tank, every word, every condition, and every punch carries the weight of a heavyweight title fight. But wait, there's more! The buzz around this potential matchup is like a wildfire, spreading across the boxing world. Fans are dissecting every word, every move, and every condition as if it were scripture. And the rumors? They're swirling like a tornado. Some say Tank is already visualizing the fight, breaking down Haney's strengths and weaknesses in the quiet corners of his mind. Others claim that Haney is intensifying his training, preparing for a battle that could define his legacy. But amid all the speculation and anticipation, one question looms large. Why? Why does this potential clash between Haney and Tank hold such significance? Well, it's more than just a fight. It's a collision of styles, a meeting of two forces that could reshape the landscape of the lower weight classes. Haney, the technical wizard, with footwork that glides and a jab that feels like a piston. Tank, the explosive powerhouse, with fists that carry dynamite and a presence that commands attention. It's a matchup that transcends the sport, capturing the imagination of not just boxing enthusiasts, but sports fans worldwide. And let's talk about the narratives spinning around this potential bout. Some say it's a passing of the torch, with Haney representing the new guard and Tank clinging to the old. Others paint it as a redemption arc for Tank, a chance to silence the critics and prove that he's more than just a highlight reel. The storylines are as diverse as the styles these fighters bring into the ring. Now the ball is in Tank's court. Will he rise to the challenge, accepting the conditions and stepping into the spotlight? Or will he continue to dance around the idea, letting the opportunity slip through his fingers? Only time will unveil the next chapter in this saga. But one thing's for certain, the echo of Haney's call-out and the weight of Tank's conditions linger in the air, creating a buzz that refuses to die down. So as the boxing world holds its breath, waiting for the crescendo of this symphony, one can't help but wonder, will we witness history in the making, or will it be another tale lost in the vast archives of what could have been? Stay tuned, because in the ever-evolving drama of Haney versus Tank, every twist and turn adds a layer to the narrative, making this potential clash a story for the ages. Until next time, peace out.